It's your boy Verse, and this is Open Mic with OTR Mike.
Yeah, that's right. This is the show where the mic is open for any discussion.
Feeling about OTR. I don't think we're
I
done.
want to try to find something that's going to be interesting. Then obviously on the Wednesday we got the actual show and then the overtime.
Yo. Started the show on me. What up, good people? It's your boy, OTR Mike. And let me be the first to welcome you to another episode of Open Mic with yours truly. Look, man, this is the show where the mic is open for any discussion, no matter what it is, who it is, or where it is. And today will be no different. Look, man, y'all, look, I've been having so much fun with these live shows, man. This is another live edition. So I appreciate y'all stopping in. I already got a couple people in here. My man Ferris is in the building. He says, OG. What up, Ferris? And then the homie living big with Big Reg. He said, what's good, everybody? What up, Reg? And then look, man, it's my cousin. My cousin Davon is in the building. He said, what up, pound, money sign, FTK, all of that. Cousin Davon. What up with y'all, man? Look. So as I said, man, I've been having so much fun with these live shows. You know, I say, why not go live again, man? It's another topic that I need some help on. So of course, y'all in here, y'all gonna help me out with this one because something happened to me recently, and I don't know how to take it. Right, so I need y'all help. I need y'all help to walk me through this situation that your boy went through, and who better but the listeners of Open Mic with OTR Mike. So man, let me shout out D Weezy in the building. He said, "What up?" And Juliet said, what up, Mike? What up? What's good? What's good? I appreciate y'all being here. But look, as I start every show, I got to pay some bills, right? So I'm going to get the bills out of the way real quick. Then we can start the episode. All right? So bear with me. Let me pay a couple bills. You know, it's almost the first of the month. You know, they want their cash. You know, they want their money, right? So let me pay some bills real quick. First of all, as you can see on the bottom now, if you're watching, if you're listening, it is just the ticker that I play every episode, right? It is showing where you can get your ticket for the Roundup meet and greet on August 4th at Bus Boys and Poets. Okay. Look, there will be, first of all, you get to meet these awesome content creators, right? You know Hendo from the Rogue Pod. You know that dude is dope. You know Brodney and Jose from Lunch Break Hot Take. You know those dudes are dope. You know Coach Evans from Sip to Tally Films. You know he's dope. You know Chris Just Joking from the Deep Cover Podcast. You know he's funny and dope, right? And then myself, you get to meet us. Look, there'll be giveaways, right? There will be you'll get a gift bag when you come in. There's food, there's gonna be music. Look, man, it is going to be a good time, a lot of mingling, a lot of just rubbing shoulder with some dope people. There will even be a Q&A session with the fellas for anybody that wanna, will answer anything. Those that want to know more about us, those that want to know more about the podcast game, those that want to know how this all came about, you can do that there. So go to Eventbrite, search up Roundup Meet and Greet. You will be able to find the tickets there. Okay. So do that for your boy, right? I know. I mean, look, I'm looking forward to meeting all of y'all, right? All of y'all. So do that for your boy. It's going to be a dope event. Man, I can't say no more about it. It's just going to be dope. Now, I do want to say this, okay? I don't want to be pushy, okay? I don't want to be pushy, all right? But listen, Bus Boys and Poets told us, we know y'all can feel this joint, okay? It's a Friday night, one of our busy nights. So we want to welcome you here, but we're going to give you limited space. Okay. So with that being said, limited space, meaning I don't want you guys to miss out because the tickets are moving faster and faster as the weeks go by. So please don't wait till the last minute. Get your ticket and then come and kick it. All right. All right. That's one bill paid. Let me see who else jumped up in here. Ferris said, oh, if Ferris may be there. Now listen, Ferris is one of the guys that I'm looking forward to meeting the most. So I hope Ferris can make it. So look, if Ferris is coming all the way from Cali, right? That's what kind of event this is, man. We got Suge possibly coming from Cali. We got Coach Evans, who is going to be one of the main guys, one of the main content creators. He's coming from Florida, right? Chris Just Joking is coming from New York. So people are traveling to do this thing and to come to this event. So look, be like Ferris, be like Suge and the rest of them. Come through and holler at us. Also, you also see scrolling and above my head somewhere, you see how you can become an awesome Patreon member of the show. As you can see each week, man, it's a little something different added to the show, right? Now you can see up there, right? Something that's lit up that says my name, OTR Mike. That's because y'all are patrons, right? And y'all are putting it to the show, so I'm putting it right back. This right here is new. Go back to my other episodes. I've been using a different microphone, so because I want to give y'all the best. And then this right here that's filming me or picking me up, that's new, right? I hope it's better quality. I'm trying to put out better, more quality content. And thanks to you guys who have joined and become patrons of my show. D Weezy in the building. I know he's a patron. He said, look, NC gonna be in the building. He coming from North Carolina. I forgot. My man coming up from North Carolina. But if you want to be like D Weezy, you want to be like Big Reg, who said get them tickets ASAP, who is also a Patreon member of the show. That's how you do it. Patreon.com/OTR Mike. Look at the tiers, man. Whatever suits you. I appreciate it. But as I always say, you already are supporting the show by just being here listening to me. So I appreciate that, as I always say. Then, man, look, finally, I got up off my shoulders. Okay. I finally got up off my shoulders and I dropped the merch. Okay. So I'm gonna show you a couple of pieces that I got in the merch store. So right here, man, if you're watching, you see the shirt. If you're listening, it is just a shirt with my opening statement that I start every show. The mic is open for any discussion, no matter what it is, who it is, or where it is. That's a shirt that's available. It's a shirt, t-shirt, hoodies, all of the above is there. I also got the open mic logo merch available, right? T-shirt, hoodie, all of the above, mugs, it's all there, right? And then y'all also know my favorite slogan, right? Hashtag the best nation is a donation. Let me hold some, right? That's in the merch store. And then my crown jewel, man, my favorite one that I created many moons ago when I was with Off the Record Podcast, my brothers, Podcast Life, right? It tells you what we do in this podcast life. We research, we drink, we record, we drink some more, and then we repeat. So the merch is there. Check out the merch store. The link will be in the description. So check that out. All right. All right. Look, man, bills are paid. Okay. Excuse me. D Weezy said, where's the fitted caps at? D Weezy, man, you and Jay, the six. Y'all want that, man. I'm working with the vendor, man. He want to charge my people too much. Okay. And I'm trying to work out a deal with him. It's a little difficult, you know, to get the fitteds because they got to be custom to your size. Snapbacks, that's a whole different ball game. So if you know, I know people like fitteds. I like fitteds. Snapbacks I can do is just a fitted situation. So I'm still working on that if that's what you want. Julia says, dope merch, Mike. I appreciate it. Hendo in the building. He says, what do we have here? Right. I know, Hendo. I know. And then Brandon Bazel the building. He said, we was born OGs. Huh? Yeah, I feel you, Brandon. But when you hear this story, man, Yeah, like I said, I need y'all help on this one. And then cousin Davon, he peeping out the merch, man. So yeah, the merch is there, all of the above. Excuse me with the coughing, man. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I'll try to keep that to a minimum. Um, let's see. All right, so look, man, let's get this episode popping, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all being in the building. So let me tell y'all what happened to your boy. Okay, let me get this stuff back up here. Okay, so look, man, recently, right? Probably this is about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, right? Your boy went to coach in the building. Coach said, get them tickets. That is correct. Get them tickets. As I said, coach is coming up from Florida to kick it with you people. All right. So listen, and look, I gave coaches flowers last time, but let me do it again real quick. Coach is the reason why we have the roundup on Mondays, right? It's crazy how it started. I think I joined Hendo on the Rogue Pod, and Coach was in the chat box, and we were discussing, a particular player, right? We ain't gonna go there, but then we kind of, Coach had his feelings about it. We had our feelings about it, but it was real grown man. We disagreed, but it was real grown man stuff. So then Coach hit us on the side, like, man, yo, I'd love for y'all to join me on my show, so we could discuss further and whatever. So we did that. Man, it was well received. So then you guys got the roundup, the Ravens roundup weekly, every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on Sip to Tally Film. So that's how all of this came about. And then it got so well received that we decided to have this meet and greet. So shout out to Coach. If you are not following Sip to Tally Film, do that. Okay? Okay? Do that. And then Ferris, of course, said it was Jane Pro say it wasn't it. I don't know, Ferris. I ain't, I want them to go back and watch that episode on the Road Pod. But yeah, you're close. So anyway, guys, recently, about almost 2 weeks ago now, my oldest bonus son, right? He started his college journey, right? And he graduated um, early June. He had about 2 weeks off, or maybe even less than that. And then because he is going to be doing engineering in college, he got into a summer program for a few kids who are interested in becoming engineers. So he had to go down, right away, basically. Right. And, I can imagine, I could tell his head was spinning a little bit. It was fast moving. Graduation, then we got to get you together to make that move. Right. So um his mom and I, his dad and his bonus mom, we got together, to make sure the process was as smooth as it could be. We moved the young guy down there, and he's down there, he's doing well. We were a little worried, because first time really being away, really being on his own like that. So we're a little worried, but he seemed to have hit the ground rolling. So keep your fingers crossed from a bonus son. Salute to him, man. I'm beyond proud of him. You know, it's I've seen him. I've been in his life for a good while now, and I've seen the growth. And it's no question he's gonna handle his business um, in the books. Right? I never had any question of that. But I was in his same shoes. Right? Went to the same place he's going, and going away for the first time. I was a little shook. Right? Then I went away quickly because you get that feeling of being on your own and things like that. But yeah, so I was a little shook. So I understood where he was coming from. So salute to him, right? But anyway, during the move-in process, right? Real crazy. Like, get to the university, they gave you select time, certain time that slot for you to move in, right? I guess, which was smart, I guess. You do that so that not everybody's moving in at the same time on top of each other, yada yada. So his move in was 10 o'clock, right? So we made the trip. Actually, so my wife and I and little Mikey made the trip Thursday night. He had to move in Friday. He made the trip Thursday night down to Fredericksburg, Virginia. Shout out to my folks, anybody from Fredericksburg, where my wife's good friend, girlfriend lives there. We stayed there for the night, got up early, said Friday morning, and drove from Fredericksburg to Hampton, Virginia. Right. So about an hour and a half, hour and 45 from where I'm at to Fredericksburg. And then about, just under 2 hours from Fredericksburg to Hampton. Right. He had to be moved in by 10. We got there. We started moving his stuff in, what he had. Then we had to make the vaunted Walmart run. Right. Like, you had to pick up some things, the essentials, right? So I feel like, we had 2 carts worth of stuff, right? He won't be hungry. Yeah, he won't be hungry. I think his program is about 6 weeks long. Um, that all the stuff we bought should last him about 6 weeks. He should be bringing stuff home. That's how much stuff we had, right? So anyway, during the moving process, they had, I guess, older students, because this was all freshmen. They had, upperclassmen, there that was helping out with the process, directing people where to go, all of the above. So, I seen this young man a couple times throughout the day, and he had started letting me cut through a little cutway, to make the process faster with me moving stuff in. Cool. So we go to Walmart, start moving stuff in. Now we moving quicker because the rain about to come, so we moving. So I'm definitely using the cutway that the young man was letting me use. About the last time I used the cutway, I was like, "Yo, excuse me." There's people saying that. I was like, "Excuse me, bro," and he says to me, and I quote, "Oh, you got it, OG." And I said, "Did he just call me OG?" Now, now, don't get me wrong, right? I know he meant it as a term of endearment, right? But that's the first time I've been called OG. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like a young guy. I'm 41. I'm getting there, but I feel like I'm young, hip. That I'm cool with that younger generation. Like, I fit in with them. We could talk the same thing. I know about the rappers they like. I know about the video games and the codes and the J's and all of that they like. So I thought I didn't quite reach that status yet. Now, coach, if you still in here, right? You working in the school system, being a teacher. I know this thing for these kids, these days, this generation. Like, they like to use that word. So do you hear it a lot? Do you hear OG? Anybody in the chat? Do y'all hear OG a lot? Are you referred to as OG a lot? Right? Because I'll be honest with you, man. This was the first time I've been called OG in my life. So, like I said, I know he meant it as a term of endearment, right? I know he did. But it being the first time that I'm hearing it, my mind started spinning, man. I hit like a not so midlife crisis mode when I heard it, right? I kept doing what I was doing, right? I ain't letting nobody know it flustered me. But we moved them in. we moved them in, and then we kicked it for a little while, and then we left. On the way home, I'm like, "Yo," tell my wife, I'm like, "Yeah, that dude called me OG," and she was like, "What?" Like, but she took it. I don't know. She kind of took it like, like she wanted to scrap, and I was like, "Nah, he ain't mean it like that." You know what I mean? So I was like, first of all, you know what OG mean? Excuse me. She was like, yeah, it means some gang, original gangster. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, but it just it's levels to when somebody calls you OG, especially these young cats, right? So, but that's how much it was on my mind. I had to share it. Like, yo, dude call me OG. You know what I mean? So help me out. Am I tripping, man? Like, should I not be panicking? right? Is that a good thing? Is that a badge of honor to wear? Like reaching that status, right? Should I wear that with pride? Because like I said, it's the first time dude called me OG. And like, look, again, I don't try to, it scared me for many reasons, right? I don't try to keep up with these young boys, but I got a collection of J's. The latest shoes. I'm in the shoes, so I wasn't like I was wearing, the Birkenstocks and stuff like that. Not against anybody that does that. I just wasn't doing that, especially moving them in. So it just made me. My mind was spinning. Let me see what some of y'all are saying already in the chat. Let me get y'all idea. So let me see. Coach says he hears it all the time, right? And like I said, Coach is a teacher, so this generation, man. I know they like to use that. Mr. Galloway, shout out to Mr. Galloway. He in the building. He said yes. Ferris is a little younger than us. He said I use OG a bit. So Ferris, when you use OG, what do you mean when you're saying it, right? And in what ways do you use it, right? Do you use it of anybody that's older than you, or does that person have to be at a certain level for you to use it? Like, can you tell? Do you have to tell that he's above 35 or 40 or 45 for you to use it? Big Red said, dude's been calling me OG since I was like 50. Hendo of the Road Pod says I'm referred to as a young whippersnapper. Now, even now, Hendo, because I mean, don't get it twisted, Hendo. You do look like you about 28. You could pass with 28, so I see where you get that. Bazel says once I was 25, my little brother's friends was calling me if they were like 7 years younger. Okay, so is it not an age thing? It's just you being older. Okay. B in the building said, "What's up, Mike and everybody?" Julian said, "That's a big moment for sure, Mike. Definitely would feel weird to me." Yeah, it hit me a little different, man. It did hit me a little bit different. Hendo says she got your back. Like, yeah, I mean, my wife, my wife act older than she is. Like, now I know y'all, yeah, y'all get a kick out of this. I know on Living Big with Big Reg, if y'all have not subscribed to him, please do so. But on one of his live streams, they were talking about glizzies, right? And my wife, so we had a cookout, right? A neighborhood cookout. And somebody who made the glizzies wrote on the foil pan, beef glizzies, turkey glizzies. My wife did not know what that was. And I'm like, yo, where you been? Like, you ain't old like that. So anyway, Jay, the 6 is in the building. Say, hey, glad I checked my YouTube notifications. Me too, Jay. I'm going to get better with planning these live streams, okay? I am. Like, I'm going to schedule them out, days in advance so everybody knows. I'm going to try that. Hendo says it's definitely a badge. Most around here don't make it that far. Now, good point. Ferris says, don't panic. We need OGs. Now, that's a really, really good point, Ferris. And I'm glad you said that. Jay said, Mike into sneakers. Yeah, bro. Man. I got some joints up there. We'll talk about that, Jay. D Weezy said, I'm borderline, ain't been hit with it yet. Yeah, bro. You know, when you hear for the first time unexpectedly, yeah, man, you just don't know, man. You'll take it a little different. Julian says, I'm in my mid-20s, and I would call anyone OG who I feel like will be giving me wisdom I don't have. Could be someone 2 years older than me or 20 years. Okay, good point. I respect that. Jose in the building. What up, Zay? Let's see. Ferris says, I use it for the older dudes in my neighborhood. I don't gauge their age. Some look 40 to 60, but they've been around the block once or twice. Okay. My man Clot in the building. What up, man? What's good, bro? Jose said, if you give younger people advice, they're going to see you as an OG. Okay. Is that what that is? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna take y'all down a walk quickly of my train of thought when I got called OG. Okay. Now, let me take a sip real quick. My water bottle with the nice OTR mic sticker on it. I learned product placement from Jose. But anyway, so I'm gonna take y'all down a walk of my thought process. Now, look, like I said, don't get it twisted. You know, I took it 100% as a term of endearment, right? I don't think he was trying to diss on me. He wasn't, right? I think he thought, he was saluting me, like some of you guys have said, right? But I instantly wanted to know, like, what vibe did I give off for the young homie to say that, right? Like, did I give off old man vibes? Did I give off like what y'all saying, like, a guy that looks like he got some wisdom? Did I give off that vibe? I mean, I just wanted to know what I instantly thought, like, okay, what vibe did I give off to yo that made him say OG to the homie? Like, did I give off old man vibes? Right? My wife teased me all the time about acting old, right? So I don't know, maybe I was acting old. I was moving stuff. Maybe he caught me in a moment, with my hands on my head, trying to catch my breath from moving all of this shit, right? So maybe he caught me, maybe he caught me trying to hide it. But maybe he caught me a little winded, moving all the shit up and down the steps and stuff. So maybe, maybe I gave that vibe. I don't know. But this is just the things that went through my mind, right? And then I was like, damn, like the worst of the worst in thoughts was like, is it time, do I need to start wearing dad jeans and shit now? Right? Because, a fear of mine, right? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A fear of mine is like, how you see the guy, right? There's certain guys who, don't dress their age, right? So, and it's like obvious, right? Like the guy that's 67, with the hanging do rag and the fitted or snapback turned to the side, the extra big shirt in the jean shorts. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like Hendo and Mr. Gallery, I know y'all know the type I'm talking about, right? I know y'all know what I'm talking about. So the area that we around and come from, I know exactly. I know y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So a fear of mine is to be perceived or looked at as that guy. Like, yo, look at this dude. He wearing Jordans, he wearing, hooping shorts, polo sweatsuits, all of the stuff that, that may be perceived as, beyond my age. I shouldn't be dressed like that, right? So that's a fear of mine. So then I was wondering if that's why he said it. Right now, I had on, I was slack. I had just had on a tee, black tee, some shorts. Probably, I think it was some Nike hooping shorts, and I had on some 95 Air Max. Right, the green, the y'all know what I'm talking about, the green, lime green, gray joints. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The J, Mr. Galloway. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. The sneakerheads in here know what I'm talking about. Right, that's what I had on, and it fitted. So I mean, I'm wondering, like, damn, have I reached that point where I'm fearing, that, I'm gonna look like these guys that's dressing, not like their age. So that's why I started thinking about, damn, does this mean I need to, start wearing dad jeans and stuff? You know what I mean? So I mean, those are some of the things, man. Brodney said you exude wisdom. I appreciate that, B. Now with B, this could be sarcastic, or this could be 100% his feelings. That's just how B is. So, either way, I appreciate it, B. But I'll say you probably was 5 inches taller. He knew you command respect. Nah, like I wasn't towering over this kid. These kids built different, bro. Like they look like grown ass men. So, average size kid, I don't know his age, but he probably was like a junior, something like that was there helping out. Um, so I mean, wasn't me being taller than him. I'll say that. Julian says to me, an OG move with constant confidence and leadership, just like you said here. Though. Okay. Yeah, all right, Julie. Y'all spitting, man. Clark said we old now, Mike. Yeah, we are, bro. So Ferris said, what the hell is dad jeans? I'm glad you said that. We're gonna get back to that. Let's see who else is in here. Don't say get you the Steve Jobs New Balances. Yeah, no, I don't need that. Julia says, for a different perspective, I'm sure Zay Flowers calling Odell OG at camp. It's all relative. Man, you spitting. You spitting. All right. You spitting. That's a good way to put it. Coach said the old man in the club with the Steve Harvey. Yes. Like I don't. Well, so that guy is overdressed, right? Excuse me, guys. But I'm talking about the dude that's just like, he dressed like he's 25, but he's 75, and it's obvious, right? Not to say you can't wear like, Nikes, Jordans, and stuff like that, because it's some OGs, as they say, that get fly in the sneaker game. But it's just they overdo it, and you can obviously tell, right? Ferris says black tee with the shorts would have fitted OG. Okay, I gave off that. I must have gave off OG vibe. Okay. Jay says I call y'all OGs of the group. Outside of that, the only time I use OG when it comes to MJ's original color wave is silhouette he actually wore on the court. Okay. All right. Fair says, how high were your socks? I mean, they were like, Nike socks. So the crew socks. So not like up to my kneecaps, kind of mid shit, that wave, how they rocking that. But let me go back to Ferris's comment if I can find it. Ferris says, where he at? Ferris said, what the hell are dad jeans? So this man, he's obviously always on point. He was reading my mind because, I wanted to go over some things, right? And when you reach a certain status, should you be dressing like this, or what is it? Like he said, what are dad jeans? Now, first, obviously, I did my research, right? Now, as y'all could tell, man, this really kind of got to me, right? Because it being the first time. So I did my research, man. I looked up definitions. What does OG mean, right? Now, this particular one said OG is a phrase that's often used in rap and hip hop culture, right? We know that. This later found its way into the internet and texting culture. The meaning of original gangster is someone who is from the old school, or someone who has depth of knowledge or experience. If new gangsters think they are tough, their OGs are many times tougher. Okay. I was feeling that. Okay, this is another one I found. Right? OGs it stands for original gangster. That was all of it pretty much said that. It says someone who has been around old school, right? Okay. I again, I dug that, but it all leads to what they say, right? The OG, original gangster, right? It all kind of leads back to that, right? And then this one, man, this one came from Webster, right? It says someone or something that is an original or originator, and especially one that is highly respected or regarded. Okay. So that's what some of y'all are saying, right? The highly respected or highly regarded aspect of being called OG, right? That's what a lot of y'all mentioning. Okay, so those things, those definitions kind of made it made me feel better, right? So reading those definitions, it made me feel better. But then I thought of again where I was stuck at and where we about to explain and show Ferris what dad jeans are. It's it made me get stuck on the clothing side. So I don't know if y'all saw like, but here's a form of dad wear, right? Not quite dad jeans, Ferris, but it's similar. So this is, look, top to bottom for those of you who are listening. It's a picture of a gentleman, right? What it looks like a polo. Excuse me, guys. I don't know what's going on. The guy with no allergies, but then has the allergy symptoms. Hold on, real quick. Sorry about that, man. I had to get my life together. I know y'all ain't want to hear me sniffing and all that the whole episode. But anyway, if you're listening, it's a picture of a gentleman. Looks like he has, a t-shirt. He has the blue, denim, kind of light denim jean shorts, right above the knee, t-shirt tucked in, ankle socks, and it looks like I don't know what shoes he got on, but the shoes fit in, gray, of course. They fit in to a dad vibe. Okay. Like that is something that you wear, um, you know, when you get to the dad status, right? That's you see this is what they do. So it's similar to that, Ferris. But just imagine long jeans of the same color, but it's like that. That's what dad jeans look like, right? Um, Here's another one, man. Now listen, this guy took it a little, kind of not quite stonewashed, but jean shorts, lighter in color. These are just slightly below the knee, right? Got the crew socks pulled all the way up. Now listen, he has the Jordan of dad shoes on, right? It looks like he has the Air Monarchs on, right? Look them up, okay? If you don't know what the Air Monarchs are, Nike, look them up, okay? Now, he is killing it with them, right? I remember my dad wearing that very similar outfit, and that's when I realized that my dad he on his OG thing, right? That's when we started calling these guys OG, right? So that's why my mind started thinking that way, right? Ferris here, I'm helping you out here. Now this, okay, this is extreme dad vibe here, okay? Why is it extreme? Again, for those of you who are listening, he has the t-shirt on it that says Super Dad, kind of in the font of a Superman shirt. The same above the knee, blue jean shorts, and then he has the other holy grail or Jordan of the dad shoe, the New Balance. I think they like the 600. They're in the 600s. Okay. Tube socks, crew. I think they tube crew, whatever. They pulled up. And then the dad hat, right? Again, these are all things running through my mind, man. One dude called me OG because again, this is what I see my dad. I saw my dad wearing this, right? Okay. Later on, probably when I got my dad went full OG, my generation's OG, probably when I turned, 16, 17, high school, when I was in high school, right? So this is why, it was a fear about that. Hendo said that's the Montgomery County look. Hendo is funny. Ferris, where's Ferris at? That dude Ferris said that dude looks like a cop. He could be, right? I don't know, but are you are you getting the gist of what the dad look is, Ferris? Because that's what we running through this for you, right? Um, but I got more, man. I have more. Now this, okay. This is what really worried me because y'all have heard I like to grill, right? Now this is they calling this the barbecue dad, right? Now this is cool, right? This is solid for a dad look. Now he got the khaki shorts on above the knee. That's another dad short, right? Khaki. He has the polo type shirt on, 3-button polo tucked in. Right now, the tuck in is always the key to the dad look, right? Um, he has the set. Look like he got the sandals on. He might have the Birkenstocks on, with the socks all the way pulled up, right? Dad hat, but then he added the hip pouch. Damn, what we call him? What we call him, y'all? I can't think of the name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna call it the hip house now until somebody in the chat say exactly what it is. But he added that to it, right? So that sets it off and puts it on a whole different level of the dad look. So again, man, these are all things that you know worried your boy, okay, about being called OG for the first time. Fanny pack, yeah, he got the fanny pack on. Let's see. Bazel said that's the whole cola. Bazel, come on, man. My people's out there, man. I'm gonna keep it the Montgomery County look, like Hendo said. Maybe they'll run the county look. Yeah, so the fanny pack, right? Hendo says my people don't trust people barbecuing if they don't have the open toe on their feet. Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know they doing their thing on the grill if they got that. Now it's like, oh, Martinez in the building. He said, hola, hola, what up, brother? So yeah, man. Like I said, right? And Coach was a perfect example. Coach working around young kids all the time. Working around this generation. I do feel like these young guys use OG sooner than we would, right? Which is probably why it hit me like it hit me, right? It's probably why this episode is going on right now, right? And why I was just so bothered by it. Because, like I said, man, when my dad started dressing like some of the pictures that I posted, that's when I called him OG, right? Now, it wasn't just because his dress, but that, my dad being OG to us, but that just kind of, that solidified it. Like, all right, yo, he reached full OG, right? You know, he wore the Kango hats. Y'all know about them, so that's when he reached that status for me. So I do think these young kids, I think they use it a little sooner than we would, right? But of course, man, like I said, it didn't change from me feeling like those are the vibes that he got from me, right? Didn't change that. And then, man, here's another one. Like I said, you know, the khaki short is a part of the dad look. Now, this brother has like the fedora type hat on. He has the 3-button polo, short sleeve, right? He has the Argyle sweater vest on over top of that. The black tube socks on, right? With the Birkenstocks. Okay. Another scary look for someone my age and looking ahead to being, to this point of my life. Okay. But again, these are all images that went through my head. And I'm just sharing the story with y'all of how your boy felt, right? It's just it's true. I don't know if y'all felt, any of my older guys. I don't know if y'all felt like this if you've been called OG for the first time. I don't know, but these are things that went through my head. Jada Six said fanny packs come in handy. You are correct. You are correct. Jose said how we dress in old school to them, Mike. Unfortunately, you're right. Now look, there's a very like rich man that I'm gonna show y'all next. Um, because the funny thing is, like, ever since dude called me OG, these type of images been showing up on my timeline, right? And I'm noticing it even more now. Like, damn, dude and his OG, he and his he and his dad stuff, right? A very rich one, right? That I'm gonna show you next. Now, this guy is famous for wearing the dad jean. Now, the dad jean also, let me go a little further for you, Ferris. Excuse me. The dad jean is usually like what we call the boot cut, or wide, you might call it wide leg, or even back in the day they called it kind of the, not quite, but bell bottom look, right? You'll catch Jordan in the dad jean a lot. All right. But here, Jordan, very rich guy, right? Here, he full OG dad vibe, right? Now he has, the fatigue, shorts on, right? At the knee level. He took it back because his fatigue got the little string on the bottom, where you could tie it. I've never seen anybody really tie it, but that's back in the day. That's like 90, late 90s, 2000 look, right? When they popped out, right? Where you could tie the joint. Black t-shirt, tucked in. You know what I'm saying? Now look, he got some Jordan lows on here, so we can't get him there, okay? But he dad vibing here, He got it tucked in, a little closer look, man. Got it tucked in now, and then he got the dad hat. Now in the hoop earring, okay? That's also dad-ish vibe, okay? Now this brother's fit, as basic as it is, probably costs about $4,000, okay? But I'm just saying, Jordan is he's on full display there with the dad vibe, okay? Now, like I say, he saved it with his sneakers, right? I think those shoes he had on unreleased, okay? But he looked very comfortable, and that's another thing, man. That's a positive thing about the dad look, man. He looked very, very comfortable, right? But it's just not. I'm not ready. I'm not ready, guys. I am not ready. Okay. Let's see. Big Red says, I personally would have went with the Argyle socks, the master sweater. Good point. He would have killed it with that, Reg. Agent E said, I can't never dress like that. And I'm with you, E. Like, I'm just afraid that we might be forced to move that way, Like, will our ladies start buying that for us, right? As our kids get older, will they start like, Dad, you need to dress like that, not like me, type deal, right? Jada Six says, untuck the shirt, switch the shoes with some Supreme AJ5s, and we cooking. Okay. Clot said, I need some all white Jordan 1 lows. Yeah, I don't think they released. So he killed it on the sneakers. Jordan killed it on the sneakers. Big Red said, I got them shorts at the crib in tan. Okay. So for Jay, that's in here. I think Mr. Galloway, he also mentioned, he in the sneakers and stuff like that. For everybody else in here in the sneakers, I'm about to show you next the top of the top line when it comes to dad vibe shoes, or OG vibe, right? I'm gonna say OG vibe because this was OG vibe for our generation, right? So look, man, Hendo mentioned these. I think he was talking about these when he said the Steve Jobs New Balance. When he said the Steve Jobs New Balances, this is it, right? You catch anybody in these, they are OG/dad vibe here. They have fully embraced it, right? Now, like I said before, there's a real battle in the true dad OG shoe, right? Like I said, this is all internet. I told you I did my research. When dude called me OG, I went in and did my research, right? Now, I found this. This is Ultimate Dash Shoe Face Off Challenge, right? The Air Monarch 2s versus the New Balance 608 V5s, right? Now, read the fine print below, okay? I'm going to read it for y'all listening. It says both shoes seem to transcend all races, religion, and backgrounds, right? That's big, right? That to me, that means they don't discriminate. Not only the brothers wearing it, not only our white brothers wearing it, like all the OGs, the older cats is wearing those two shoes there. So you limit it to those two, right? When you reach this status, okay? They plain white with blue. The check on the Monarchs are blue. And then the check on the the New Balance, the end on the New Balances is blue. I think the Monarchs got another flavor. I think they might have a black flavor if I'm not mistaken. Now, quick story about the Air Monarchs. They got so popular, even with these young cats, right, that the price went up because people started buying them. Those were the joints that you could buy at Kohl's, right? Maybe Walmart, maybe the Payless, right? You could buy those Jordans. Those are the ones you could get there for $49.99 max. Okay. You look up Air Monarchs now, I guarantee you they're above $50, right? Closer to 75, I would probably bet money. Okay. So they did gain some steam because, the internet started taking hold of these, teasing these guys, and they like, yo, they all right. The Monarchs is all right. So they started rocking them. Right? I ain't gonna lie, I even looked at getting a pair, but then when I saw the price, I was like, nah, I'm not paying. Now, if I could have got them for $39.99, I would have did it. Cut the grass in them. Right? That's what they for. Right? But once they went up, I can't do it. And I remember, my dad buying his first pair. Right? I remember he had the Air Monarchs. I remember, man. And that's, again, like I said, that's when he crossed that OG status for me. Right? So, look, ultimately, y'all, I think it's something to embrace, right? Young guy saw something in me that he felt worth calling me OG, whether it was wisdom, whether the way I was moving, whether it was he catching me winded from moving the bags and shit, right? He saw something in me worth calling me OG, right? So I think ultimately it's something to embrace, right? But that doesn't mean the first time you hear it, right, that you don't, it don't take you down that lane that I just went over with you guys, right? It doesn't take you down, feeling like you giving old man vibes, right? But I will say to those that haven't heard it yet, and then to those that hear it more frequently, then embrace it. Take it on, man. Wear it as a badge, like Hendo said, right? Because I'm sure it's a lot worse things that they could call you, right? He could have called me an old MFer, right? He could have called me anything other than OG, right? And I think we just need to realize that these young cats are using this word, and they're using it more frequently. They're using it sooner than we would. So you might fit in the OG status at 40 to these young cats, right? And then, like Julian said, OG is somebody to him that could, give him some wisdom, right? Whether it's 2 years older or 20 years older than him, right? So maybe it's just the swag you got. Maybe it's a aura, the vibe you giving, right? Maybe it's just it's us, our generation that take it wrong. Maybe they using it correctly, right? Maybe I'm taking it wrong because, like I said, my dad ain't become OG to me and my homies until he bought the Air Monarchs, and then the blue jean shorts with the socks pulled up. That's when he was OG to me, right? So let me read some more comments before I get out of here. But I just had to share with y'all, like, I had to share with y'all, man, how it made me feel. Being called OG for the first time. Big Red said, look, man, I know I got OG vibes. I mostly rock Puma. Okay, Reg. Agent E said, no, bro, I will never wear high shorts with my shirt tucked in. Yeah. Julia said, good reminder to re-up my pops on the Air Monarch. See? Now, Julian, man, look, they're a little expensive now. Man, they, like I said, they used to, when I was buying them for my pops, they was $39.99. Like my pops probably had about 17 pair of Air Monarchs because my mom, frequent shopper at Kohl's, especially when Kohl's first started, she was copping every holiday. She copped him a new pair, right? So he stayed with a fresh joint. Jada 6 said New Balance 992, 993s, 574, 650, 327 are fire. Yeah, Jay, like them new ones they got, man. I stopped the dude in Duncan. I haven't got what series they are, but they the newest ones. They kind of look futuristic. Dude had the colorful ones on. I was like, bro, you kill him. And he was OG, right? He had to be. He was older than me, right? So I random, Duncan, I'm leaving, man. I'm like, yo, they comfortable? He was like, very. I was like, man, they are beautiful sneakers. He was like, thanks, man. Like I made his day because I recognized his OG, his swag that he was giving off. So yeah, man. But those are the ones you got to stick. What Jay said here, you got to stick in between those series right there. 992 is classic. That's my favorite. Okay. Let's see what else we got on here. Hendo said Gramps, I hope I ain't there yet. Bazo said if he called you old school, then you wear it. Okay. So if they call you old school, right, versus OG is different. All right. I like that, Bazo. That's a good point. Hendo says, I wonder what it will be when I hit 40. That's right. Hendo's only 28. He got some time before that happens. Let's see. All right. So I think that's it, man. So look, man, I appreciate y'all jumping in here with me, of course. Fun episode, man. I hope y'all got a kick out of that. But it was serious. All right. I really felt some kind of way, kind of, right? Like, not like I wanted to slug homie, not like I wanted to L him out or anything like that, but I'm like, damn, man, maybe I reached that, right? So maybe it's generational, maybe, and I do think that we use it as a term of endearment too in our generation, but I think we might have associated it more with your look, your dress, right? Wisdom too, but I think we also associated. You get to a certain point in age, you OG, right? I think these new cats, using a little sooner, like you just older than me, so you OG to me, right? So I don't know, man, but I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. I appreciate y'all stepping in here. Look, I do want to shout out my man BTG. He goes by Baylor the Great. One of the better podcasters in the game, man. He did a follow-up episode to my cookout episode that I did. And he killed that. So Baylor, man, I'm gonna need you on this one. All right. I need a follow-up to this, bro. Baylor, I think Baylor just turned 40 recently, I think this year or the end of the year. I think Baylor's birthday is in December, if I'm not mistaken. So Baylor is headed to 41. I don't know if he's been called OG yet, but Baylor, I need you to get on and do an episode, man, and help your boy out. And from your perspective on, the OG thing and being called OG. So salute to him, man. If you haven't checked him out, please do so, man. That brother is dope. And then, man, salute to all of y'all, man. Our Hendo in here, Bazel, Clot in here, Mr. Galloway, Agent E. Julian is in here. LBHT Boys is in here. Who else, man? Living Big with Big Reg. I know I see my man D Weezy in here. All of the above, man. Look, man, I appreciate y'all kicking it with me on this Sunday. Another live edition. I'm gonna try to do this more often, man. Y'all let me know. Y'all seem to enjoy it. And I enjoy interacting with y'all, right? Kind of helps me push the show along, kind of helps me get ideas on what we talking about, man. And I love people's opinion, right? So it kind of brings you closer to the show. And man, it helps me out in the same regard. So if you like the live open mic with OTR Mike, let me know. And I'll try to do this more often, man. But I appreciate you guys. Now look, follow me at OTR_Mike on Twitter and on TikTok, man. And then you can follow me on Instagram at OTR_Mike_. Remember what I said. Go get your tickets. Like Coach said. I forgot. Coach said it earlier. Shout out to Coach Evans. He was in here. Man, go get your tickets for the roundup meet and greet. Okay. Hendo said it right. Man, help your boy get your subscribers up, man. Right? If you aren't subscribed already, hit that button. Right? I appreciate you in advance. If you're listening on the audio version, give your boy 5 stars. Help us get out here, man. Help us get this good content to more ears. Okay. In the meantime, y'all stay blessed up, man. Enjoy this beautiful Sunday. Beautiful, beautiful Sunday today. They was calling for rain in my area, but it didn't happen. So yeah, man. Appreciate y'all jumping in here. I'm gonna holler at y'all next week. Peace. Oh, now let me get out. I ain't going nowhere yet. I forgot. Listen, I am also 1/3, and I get, Hendo and B, they tease me about this. But I am really 1/3 of Ring Kings podcast. It's the other podcast that I am a part of. It's just the best boxing podcast in the game, right? On YouTube. Okay. Go over there and subscribe to Ring Kings podcast. We are trying to get the subscribers up over there as well. Look, the casual fan, y'all that's not really into boxing, right? I think the Rogue Pod Hendo, we and OTR Brandon even told me, he told me and Zay, listening to us, man, it's kind of got him looking into getting more involved into watching boxing. So yeah, man, we welcome the casual fan, right? A lot of these other podcasts, a lot of these other shows, man, they kind of diss on the casual guys, right? Not us, right? So go over to Ring Kings podcast, man. I promise you will love it. All of the above, look, like I said, the merch and everything involved with the show, you can find that in the description of the show. Yeah, that's it, man. All right, let me get out of here. I'm rambling now. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all being in here with me. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.